Hello students, welcome to this English class. We are going to teach a book today for you which deals with English grammar. This book, which is prescribed by the Council of Higher Secondary Education Odisha, is devoted to the grammatical items, and here the book is Invitation to English 4 Grammar in Context. The very name tells you that this item, preposition, is a part of speech that deals with the contextual situations of the grammatical elements in English. You know that English language, like any other Indian languages, has some parts of speech, and here we are going to devote to a grammatical idea, grammatical item, which we call prepositions. Preposition is a part of speech which is very important for the structural pattern of a sentence. So, dear students, we should think of this preposition as an important grammatical item, and let us see that prepositions are important grammatical items which are placed in this book, Invitation to English 4, and the subtitle of this textbook is Grammar in Context. That means this book deals with some contextual elements in English. We have a lot of grammatical structures, but all structural properties do not have a contextual ideas. But this book places certain grammatical ideas, certain grammatical items which deal with contextual elements. So, what do you mean by context here? Context means these grammatical elements are contextual in nature. That means different prepositions are used in different situations, in different contexts. So, situations and contexts are very important, and these things, the things which are placed here in this text are variable. They change according to context, they change according to situations, they change according to the positions, and therefore, these things are governed by the situation, governed by the context English, and therefore, this book has incorporated these ideas, these elements, grammatical items, which are contextual in nature. So, dear students, we are going to devote to these contextual elements like prepositions, which are placed in the book Invitation to English 4. Now, look at and study the following sentences. The first sentence goes, Father is at home, he came up to me, he is ill for 3 days. We should reach by tomorrow. One should live with dignity. Make a close study of these 5 sentences, and in these sentences we have some words which are in red, and these red colored items, these red colored elements are called prepositions. So, these red color like at, after, for, by, with, in these 5 sentences are called prepositions. So, dear students, you see the prepositions in these sentences have the following characteristics. The prepositions we came across have the following characteristics. The first one is that they are used before nouns. They are used before nouns, as in sentence 1. You look at the sentence 1. Father is at home, and here home is the noun. And if you come to the second sentence, the preposition after goes before the word me. Me is a pronoun. In the third sentence, the preposition is for, which goes before a noun phrase called 3 days. And also in sentence number 4, the preposition by goes before tomorrow. And in the question number 5, the preposition with goes before the noun dignity. So, if you make an analysis of these sentences and how these words, the prepositions have the characteristic features like this, that means they go before nouns, they go before pronouns, they go before noun phrases. They also show the relationship with other words in the sentence. The other words in the sentence are, again look at the sentences, dear students. Father is at home, father is another noun, and he came, and here he and came, the words that go before the preposition after. He is ill for 3 days, and for is a preposition which is preceded by the words like he is ill. And you should reach by tomorrow, and here you should reach the words that go before the preposition by. And one should live with dignity, and here the preposition with is preceded by the words like one should live. So, in these 5 sentences we come to know that the prepositions go before the nouns, pronouns and noun phrases to show their relationship with the other words in the sentence. And this is the thing that we find here. So, dear students, it is really very important to see, and it is very important to analyze the situations and how the prepositions are grammatical items that are very much important to take care of. So, dear students, this is an important aspect, and I would like to again analyze you some things that unless you know nouns and pronouns and noun phrases, it won't be easier on your part to understand how to know the particular words are nouns or pronouns or noun phrases in sentences. You should identify these things first, and how to know these words. We can have different words in sentences, and how particular words are nouns or pronouns or noun phrases, and how should you identify these things, and that is an important thing to take care of, to note. So, dear students, if you think of nouns, we should first of all be clear about nouns. So, nouns are, if I ask you a question, what are nouns? What would be your answer in this context? As many people say, and in most of the situations we come across the answer that naming words are nouns, or nouns are naming words. If it is so, if we say that nouns are naming words only, they exclude the non-naming words. But both naming and non-naming words are nouns, and if you say that naming words are nouns, we exclude the non-naming words. When we have both naming and non-naming words which are nouns, how can we say that naming words are nouns or nouns are naming words? And if you give such a definition to this grammatical item like noun, it would be erroneous, it would be fallible really, it would be fallacious also. So, you will be we should take care of these things. So, we should be sure of nouns, what nouns are. So, it would be better to say, instead of saying that nouns are naming words, it would be better to say that nouns are persons. Any person is a noun. It may be a name, it may not be a name. Nouns are places, may be names, may not be names. Things are nouns, place, persons, places and things, and the things are also nouns. Anything you come across, anything you come across are nouns. So, nouns here, things are of two types. One is concrete things, the other is abstract things. Concrete things means both tangible and visible things. Tangible means things which can be touched, visible means things which can be seen. So, both as visible and tangible objects are called concrete things. Abstract means things which cannot be can neither be touched nor be seen, they can be felt only. So, these words include words like beauty, love, intelligence, idea, pleasure. So, we have these things which are nouns, and these are called abstract things. So, nouns can be persons, nouns can be places, nouns can be things. This is one important aspect of noun. And if you go to other aspects of noun, a noun can be used so far the uses of a noun is concerned. Now, a noun can be used as the subject of a sentence, the object of a sentence, and the complement of a sentence. So, if when the sentence comes in the subject position, it can be a noun. If you say the boy is happy, and here boy is the noun and it is used as the subject of the sentence. Birds fly, and birds is the subject of the sentence, and here this is the subject and this is the noun. It can be used as the object of the sentence. So, I purchased a fan, and here I the subject, purchased is the verb, and a fan is the object. And a noun can be used as the complement of a sentence. For example, he is a doctor, and here doctor is the object of the sentence. Doctor is the object of the sentence. Sorry, he is the complement of the sentence. What is a complement? A complement is one which completes the meaning of a sentence. If you take away this part, if this part is amputated from the structure of the sentence, from the pattern of the sentence remains, the meaning of the sentence becomes incomplete. The meaning remains, the meaning becomes nonsense. And therefore, this is very important. A noun can be used as the subject, object and complement. A noun has a number, singular and plural, boy, boyage. These are also the characteristic features of nouns. A noun has a gender. We have 4 genders in English: masculine, feminine, common and neuter. Masculine means male, boy is the male, girl is the female, so feminine. Common gender, child is the common gender. Doctor, common gender. Common means when the gender is not known to anybody else. When the gender is not known, we call it common. Neuter means inanimate object. So, dear students, neuter means inanimate object. So, we have these 4 genders, and these are the properties of nouns. Yes, dear students, welcome back, and today I would like to again tell you about the prepositions which govern the words after them. And there are certain words before which these words are used and they govern these words, and therefore these words are called prepositions. And I told you that prepositions have certain properties like the things that they are used before the nouns, and I was discussing now the prepositions which are used before nouns and what nouns are. And nouns are nouns are persons, places, things. Nouns can be used as subject, object, and complement. Nouns have number. Nouns have gender. Nouns have a persons. We have three persons in English: first person, third person, second person, and third person. We have these three persons in English. And again, another thing is case, particularly the genitive case. We say my sister's marriage, and sister has an apostrophe s, and this use of apostrophe s, this is called genitive noun. Using apostrophe s with a noun, we call it a genitive case in English. So, case is also important. This is also a noun. So, we have these features of a noun. Nouns are persons. Any person is a noun. Any place is a noun. Anything is a noun. The thing can be either abstract or concrete or abstract, and a noun can be used as a subject, object, and a complement. A noun has a number, gender, person, case. So, these are the features of a noun. Any word which has these features in a sentence happen to be the noun. And here, dear students, now come to pronouns. So, pronouns here in the sentence we have already taken, and in which me is the pronoun. And this pronoun, what is a pronoun again? A pronoun is used in the place of a noun to avoid a repetition. In order to avoid a repetition, pronoun is used. So, here we have used the word me, and we also have noun phrases. Okay? Dear students, again we know what a noun is, we know what a pronoun is, and again come to know what is a noun phrase. So, a noun phrase can be a noun or which has the force of a noun. A noun phrase can be a noun itself or which has the force of a noun. And if you now come to the examples here again, father is at home. Here father is a noun, father is also a noun phrase, what is called NP, and home is also a noun, it is also an NP, noun phrase. And here he came after me, and the subject is a pronoun, and me is also a pronoun after the word after, and he here is the pronoun, he is the subject of the sentence, and this is also a noun phrase. A pronoun can be a noun phrase, because anything which has the force of a noun is a noun phrase, and here pronoun can function as a noun, because it can be used in the place of a noun. And he came after me, he is a pronoun and a noun phrase. Me is also a pronoun as well as a noun phrase. And he is ill for 3 days, and here he is a pronoun and a noun phrase, the subject of the sentence. And when you say for 3 days, and 3 days we have two words here, and this is also a noun phrase, because this functions as a noun. You should reach by tomorrow, and here we also have you is a pronoun and it is also a noun phrase, because it functions as a noun. And one should live with dignity, and dignity is also a noun and a noun phrase, and one is also a noun phrase. And here in this sentence we come to know that noun phrases function as nouns. any word or words that function as a noun, we call it a noun phrase, NP. So, noun phrase is an important thing which should be taken care of in this context. So, noun phrases traditionally in traditional grammar, a phrase means a group of words, but in modern grammar a phrase is not necessarily a group of words. A single word can be a phrase, a group of words can also be a phrase. And here you see, look at the first example here, father is at home. Father is one word, a single word, that is a noun, and that is also a noun phrase, and home is also a single word, that is a noun and also a noun phrase. And if you come to example number 3, he is ill for 3 days, and here 3 days is the noun phrase. We have 2 words here, and here the days is the noun and 3 is the cardinal number, and you know 3 is the cardinal number and day is the noun, and you know day has some pre-modifiers. The words which can go before a noun, head noun, that is say before a head noun in the noun phrase, which words can go, and we say this is really very important, which you should know. The first thing is we should use adjectives before a head noun. We can use articles before head nouns, like this is a book, and here book is the noun, and before book a is used, and a is the article, and a can go before a. These are called determiners. These are called predeterminers, you can say, because these words go before the noun or head noun in the noun phrase. So, articles, adjectives, ordinal numbers like first, second, third, cardinal numbers 1, 2, 3 these words go before the noun, head noun, and demonstratives like these boys, this boy, those boys, like that, and quantifiers like 5 books, it is a quantifier. 3 liters, this is a quantifier, and we can also use quantifiers before the head noun. So, these are called predeterminers, and a noun has these properties. So, now it is we came to know that a preposition can go before a noun phrase or a pronoun, and these are the very important things which you should take care of. So, dear students, prepositions therefore are used before nouns, pronouns and noun phrases to show their relationships with the other words in a sentence. And again see, these are important grammatical items. Prepositions are very important grammatical items, and a nomenclature. Why such a why so named? Why have you given such a name? It is a compound word. Pre plus position. Preposition means pre plus position. That is, pre means before, position means placement. We place this word before something, because before that we said a noun goes before. A noun can be used before a noun, a pronoun or a noun phrase, before. So, before the noun, pronoun or noun phrase it governs. So, preposition means goes immediately before a noun, pronoun or a noun phrase which it governs. And therefore, dear students, preposition is a word that is preposition. Pre means before, the position is before certain nouns or pronouns or noun phrases in the sentences it governs. So, dear students, the nomenclature, the very name is very clear. It clears the name that it is a preposition, means it is used before some grammatical items like noun, noun phrases or pronouns. Yes, dear students, let us now again resume the ideas related to the prepositions in sentences. And you know that the prepositions are contextual items, and this is an important item which plays and which controls and governs the sentence in many respects. Although these words are not so big or so spectacular, still then their function is very important in sentences. And if you make a wrong use of a pronoun, the sentence becomes meaningless, the sentence becomes unacceptable. So, in order to make a sentence grammatically acceptable and viable, dear students, we need this. These are contextual items. They change according to context. You study the following sentences again. How these words are contextual. The stool is on the table. The stool is on the table. The preposition on. The stool is under the table. Under is the preposition. The stool is beside the table. Beside is the preposition. He sits on a stool at the table. We say on and at, both are prepositions in this sentence. And you look at the words in italics are prepositions which are contextually administered. How? You see, the stool is on the table. We cannot use, we have to use different prepositions in different contexts. We cannot use the same preposition in all the sentences. But can we say the stool is on the table, the stool is on the table, the stool is on the table, and the stool is on he sits on a stool on the table? Can we say? No. So, we have to think of the context. We have to take care of the context, and context is very important in this sense. And the stool is on the table here. When you say on, it is on the surface of something. The stool is on the table, and you see the stool is on the table, and the table is a noun phrase, and on goes before this noun phrase, and it is on the table. And the stool is under the table means it is under it, and means it is not on the surface, it is just below, it is under the table. And we say beside means by the side of, it is by the side, it is not neither on nor under, it is just in the by the side of the table. So, it depends on the placement. If you change the position of the stool, if you keep the stool on the surface of the table, it becomes on. If we keep the stool under the table, it becomes under the table, and when we keep it just by the side of the table, it becomes beside the table. And how different prepositions are there for different contexts, for different situations. So, prepositions are context bound, prepositions are contextual items, and he sits on a stool. We sit on a stool, but we do not sit on the table, we sit at the table. We do not sit on a table, we sit at a table, and therefore, how we use different prepositions in a different contexts, and therefore, from this we come to know that the prepositions are contextual items. Again you see, come to another kind of a preposition which we call detached prepositions. What is detached? Detached opposite of attached. Opposite of attached is called detached. So, detached prepositions, prepositions when the prepositions are detached, separated, that means when the prepositions are separated from the noun, pronoun or noun phrase, and they go at the end of the sentence, we call them detached prepositions, because the prepositions are detached from their place, and they are used at the end. So, where do we use detached prepositions? What are you thinking of? You see, in this sentence, WH word as object, and here WH word is used as an object. What is the object? And here it is the object, here it functions as the object of the sentence, and what are you thinking of? And here when it is WH word is the object of the sentence, and of goes at the end. And again, when WH word as adverb, where have you come from, and where is the adverb of place, and the WH word as the adverb. Where have you come, then we have to use from as the detached preposition at the end of the sentence. Again, the book you speak of is out of print. It is called relative pronoun omitted. Relative pronoun, and here the book, that means where the book which you speak of or that you speak of, and here we do not use relative pronoun, here it is omitted, and when the relative pronoun is omitted, and at the time we use a detached preposition, that is we separate the preposition from the place and we use it after the verb, and here therefore, this is a detached preposition in English. And dear students, again come to the types of important prepositions. We have different types of prepositions, and one type is simple prepositions. Simple means one word prepositions, and here you should look at the following sentences again. The stool is on the table. On is the preposition, there is a single word preposition. The stool is under the table. This is also, and in the sentence under is the preposition which is a single word preposition. Therefore, these prepositions are simple prepositions because they are single prepositions. So, the single prepositions are called simple prepositions. And again come to another kind of preposition. After simple preposition, we have another kind of preposition which you call compound prepositions. So, compound means, the word compound tells you that when more than one is mixed, when the mixture is more than one, we call it compound. And you see, look at the sentence here, how the preposition is, there is a doubling of prepositions, and they have become one. Both of them have been mixed and they have become one. And you see prepositions made of more than one word, like across. When across is separated, when they become two words, they become on plus cross is equal to across. So, across is equal to on plus cross. So, therefore, double prepositions, on is one preposition, cross is another preposition. Two prepositions are mixed together, they become a compound, and it is called across, and therefore, it is a compound preposition. Beside, by side means by the side of, beside means by the side of, by plus side is beside, and therefore, we say there is a compounding and compound prepositions. Again, we have another kind of prepositions. The preposition is called participial preposition. When we use ing form of ing with the word, it becomes participle ing. So, here look at the sentence here, study the sentence. There is no restriction regarding age, and here regarding is the preposition, and it is the ing form is used to it, and this preposition is called a participial preposition. So, we have another preposition which we call a phrase preposition, and we have more than one words here. On account of, you see three words are here, on account of, this is called a phrase preposition, and he can't go to office on account of illness, and on account of is a phrase preposition, because two or more words ending in a preposition and having the force of a single preposition, and they have the force of a single preposition, and so, dear students, we call them phrase prepositions. And now come to certain prepositions. One is prepositions or preposition of a place. What is a preposition of place? Preposition of a place means they are used before places, and the nouns must be a place. John is at home. When you say John is at home, Here home is the place, it is a noun and it is the place, and at goes before the noun, at goes before the place, and here this is called a preposition of a place, and at is used for smaller places. John is at home, home is a smaller place, it is not as big as a country, this is not as big as the world, and therefore we cannot say, when we say world, country or like that, we have to use in for that, because this is the bigger form. For smaller places we have to use at for as a place prepositions. Yes, dear students, again come to know the next sentence in which in is used. John lives in America, and in this sentence there are large places. For small places we use at, for large places we use in. John lives in America, and here America is a country and it is a bigger place, it is a larger place, and therefore we use in. We cannot say John lives in lives at America, we cannot say John is in home, because for smaller places we have to use at, for larger places we have to use in, and therefore that is another thing which should be taken care of. So, the students again come to this part of the prepositions of time. You see, look at different contexts, how we use different prepositions in before different timings, before different time. You see, John reached at the first sentence, John reached at 10 a.m. and here again time preposition 10 a.m. and at is used before that, and therefore this is a time preposition, it governs the preposition of time, and it is used for the shorter time segment at 10 a.m. Second sentence is he was born in 2005, for larger time segment. 10 a.m. is a shorter time segment, but 2005 is a year, and it is a bigger time or a larger time segment. So, we have to say he was born in 2005. We cannot change the prepositions, like we cannot say John reached in 10 a.m. We cannot say he was born at 2005. No, not acceptable at all. So, dear students, in order to make the sentences acceptable, we have to say John reached at 10 a.m. and for shorter time segments, and we have to use in before larger time segments. Next, to come to the next sentence, he has been ill since morning, and morning is a point of time, and from that point of time the boy or somebody has been ill, and he has been ill since morning, and since as a preposition that goes before the word morning, and morning is a point of time, and since morning. Again, next sentence, he has been ill for a month, and here a month is a period of time, and we use for before a period of time, and therefore he has been ill for a month. So, the word pronoun for goes before a month, because it is a period of time, it is not a point of time. So, for again another thing I would like to tell you that when we use since and for, usually the sentences should be, the tense of the sentences particularly, the tense of the sentences should be in perfect form, and we say therefore we have used he has been ill, he has been ill in both the sentences, and we have used the perfect form, and usually when since and for are used, the sentences are must be in perfect form. Yes. So, dear students, again you see he will join the seminar from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and he will travel different places during his stay, and in this sentence we come to know that we have different prepositions of time which are used before different prepositions to govern them. Yes, that is very important, dear students. Yes, dear students, we have to take care of the other prepositions which are very much important in making sentences. and for sentence formations, for sentence structures, these prepositions are also of great importance. And prepositions of time we have done, and the next idea is next preposition, next kind of preposition we let us now see what are the other kinds of prepositions. Preposition of rest. Preposition of rest means when something is in rest, we can use at or in both the contexts. When something is inside a house or inside of something, that is in the rest position. It does not move from one place to another. We could say mother is at home, that is she is at home, she is not moving from outside to inside, from outside to inside, or inside to outside. If you it is not, she is not moving from outside to inside, she is inside the home, and therefore we say mother is at home. And the next sentence, the teacher is in the library, the teacher is in the library, and here library, in the library, the teacher is he is in the rest position. So, he is not coming out of the library, or he is not going into the library, this is not a movement. See, so he is at rest, and therefore, we have to take care of using these are called prepositions of rest, and we have to take care of using these prepositions of rest also, and come to know the other kind of preposition, that is prepositions of movement. Yes, dear students, look at the sentences. Prepositions of a movement. When you make a movement, you should also make some other prepositions. You see, look at the sentences below. The teacher went into the library. In the previous sentence, we said the teacher is in the library. So, he is in a rest position. He does not come out of the library, or he does not go into the library. There is no movement, he is there inside, and therefore, that is we say rest preposition. And we say the teacher went into the library means he moves. The teacher goes from inside from the outside of the library to the inside of the library. So, he goes from outside to inside, and therefore, it is the teacher went into the library means it is a preposition of a movement. The teacher moves. And here the second sentence, the cat went onto the table, that means it is a preposition of movement onto. The movement, the cat moves onto the table means onto the surface of the table, therefore, he goes to the surface of the table, from the surface of the floor he goes to the surface of the table, and it is a movement of on to, and therefore, we can use into or onto, and these are called prepositions of movement. And the prepositions of movement are also very important, which should be taken care of. And now, prepositions of agent. Agent means the human beings, persons. Agent, the doer of the action. Somebody who does, performs action is called the doer of the action, or you see, look at the sentence here. The boy is helped by this man, and here by is the preposition, by this man, and this he is a human being. By this man, the boy is helped by whom? By this man. So, by this man, here the man is the human being, and therefore, we use by. And again come to another kind of preposition, dear students, prepositions of instrument. When we use certain instrument for doing something, we use preposition of instrument, and here look at the sentence. He cut the cake with a knife. He cut the cake with a knife, and here with is the preposition. A knife is an instrument which is used for cutting the cake, therefore, it is called the preposition of instrument. So, preposition of instrument is really an important kind of preposition which should be taken care of, and we should use it accordingly. And here another thing, we have other prepositions like adjective plus preposition. You see, children are afraid of snakes. Children are afraid of, that is adjective plus preposition, and you see afraid is adjective and of is a preposition. Afraid takes the word adjective, afraid takes preposition of, and the children are afraid of snakes. In this sentence, afraid is the adjective, of is the preposition. So, this is called adjective plus preposition combination. Cats are fond of milk. Here of is the preposition and fond is the adjective. and therefore, we say cats are fond of milk. Fond is adjective, so adjective plus preposition combination. We are proud of being Indians, and you see proud is adjective of his preposition. So, adjective plus preposition combination. Now, verb plus preposition, it is another combination, another structural property. We use certain prepositions after some verbs, they are fixed, and therefore, we say he pointed out the mistakes, and here pointed is the verb, pointed past tense, and out is the preposition. We cannot use any other word, any other preposition. We cannot say pointed in, pointed about, pointed on, pointed like that. No, we have to use out as the preposition here. He pointed out the mistakes, and the police will look into the matter, and here look is the verb plus preposition, look into the matter, and the police will look into the matter, and we can use a preposition after the verb. So, it is verb plus preposition combination. Next sentence, let us hope for the best. You see hope plus for, hope is a verb, for is a preposition. So, we can say let us hope for the best. So, it is verb plus preposition combination. And there is a prepositional distinctions. Study the following sentences. How we make distinctions? We use different prepositions and for different contexts. You say we use the same word throw in both the sentences. How different prepositions are used in different, and they express different meanings. He threw a ball at me. He threw a ball at me means he, here it is attacked. He threw a ball at me means he attacked me. When at is used after throw, the meaning is attack. But he threw a ball to me, that means he passed a ball to me, he did not attack. How different prepositions make different meanings, and therefore, we should take care of using different prepositions in different contexts to make the sentences meaningful in different situations. Again you see, he died of cholera, if it is a disease we use of. He died from overeating, it is not a disease, die from, die of, when it is a disease it is of, but died from means by doing something, he is responsible for doing that, he is responsible for his death, therefore, he died from overeating, not of it overeating. He died through neglect. You see how die takes different prepositions for different meanings. He died in an accident, we cannot make any change here, we cannot say died of an accident, no, it is not a disease, he died in an accident. So, dear students, really it is very important to note, and you see that interesting, it is very interesting. Preposition is a very interesting topic which you should take care of, and that is a topic in English grammar, invitation to English 4, and in English invitation to English 4 you should study the chapter prepositions, and this is an interesting chapter which can help you in making correct sentences in English language. Thank you very much.